So once again, welcome back to the Magnic training video series. Today we are going to talk about an important topic. It's about how Magnic systems and policies work. So currently, Magnic has around 50 plus people working in the company. So this is going to be the process. Company's process is going to be the important thing, which ensures that like all the people are very happy, as well as customers is also happy, and the suppliers and all the people attached with the company is happy. So when I started the company, first of all, before going towards the process, I would like to say what is the importance of process, so that many people needs to understand. Because when people are listening to this video, everyone may come from a different company background. So importance, many people, when I'm telling about process, many people, without knowing why they need to follow the process, they may not seriously look into the sector. So initially when I started the company, I have zero experience about creating process, I would say. And what was happening was, I started making the machines. So after I invented the machine, ion impurity machine, and I told you in a central government of funding has been given initially. There was a committee member, funding committee member in the that funding process called Mohan, Mr. Mohan. He was like a 65-year-old person, and I told him, after I designed the first machine, I told him that sir, I made the first machine, so I'm going to make 100,000 of machine in the next year. So that is what I was without knowing having the previous experience. I was just saying, okay, creating one machine, 100 machine is going to easy. Then the Professor Mohan, he was telling me Karthik, you created a first machine, but creating a first machine and creating a 100th machine, creating 100 machines is totally a different story. You will learn in your experience, like that. He made me a hint. Then I was I didn't care much on that comment, and I left. After 1 or 2 years, then I understand why he has mentioned that point. So because in initial days I have zero knowledge about processes and systems. So it was we designed the machine. I'm a technical man, so just okay, so everyone started assembling the machine. People needs to go and buy the material. We used to test and assemble the machine, and at the time everything was a one-man show. I was there, and helper 3, 4, 5, 6 helping people will be there, that's it. So later on, when new people started coming into the company, then only we started facing problem. When I designed the machine, I know the knowledge in and outs of the machine, what part has to be there, what is the amount of thing we need to use, what is the each and every millimeter level, what is the components has to be used, because every machine has around 2000 plus components in the machine. So there may be around 300 different variety of materials, which has everything has a different drawing, different specifications. So since I invented the machine, I know the nook and corner knowledge, what material has to be there, this, that, like that. Example, maybe one raw material you can take. In a one particular raw material has to be in a mild steel. I would say quality of steel, mild steel. There should be some other material which is stainless steel. Stainless steel also, there are different grades are there. So I used to remember all the things. So when I'm manufacturing, no problem. Then people started coming in. Then because since I designed the machine for last 3-4 years, I know the in and outs. But the new person which came just 1 day before, or 10 days before, or 3 months before, he may not know the nook and corner of the product. So then they started making mistakes. Instead of putting a stainless steel, if you put some mild steel, the total quality of the machine gets affected, or functionality won't happen. Then every day we used to fight among each other. I don't say this, I say this. No. Last time I told you like this. These kind of problems we used to face. Maybe in your previous experience also, you may face like this. And similarly in the customer support, sometimes customer might be telling some problem, and if five customers are calling, we might forget about one customer issue. Later on he become worried that I am not noticed. So these kind of things started happening, and at that time only I hired a consultant who is already experienced in running a machinery manufacturing company. I realized that okay, Mr. Mohan, Professor Mohan word, making a one machine and making 100 machine is a different story. I really realized that. So I understand, I need an experienced person who already make 100 machines already, so he can share some experience. Then I hired some consultant. So and with the help of the consultants and lot of persons word, I realized that every machine manufacturing company follows a system called ISO 9001-2015 standard. So ISO 9001 2015 is an organization. ISO is an organization which creates standards for how to make an organization with all the quality and process attached with it. So simply, like how to, I would say in a simpler manner, very simpler manner. Imagine ISO is followed by 1 million plus companies, 1 million, around 10 lakh plus companies are following ISO standards and successfully running the business. Like Toyota, you can take any company, Toyota or Apple, or you say Microsoft, or any big companies, to like our Coimbatore companies like LMW or LG or Propel or any machine manufacturing company or equipment company, they follow ISO. So ISO, what they are doing is they are they are going to different companies and understand which systems works best for them and create a standard. This is how a company has to be formed. Like that, it's like I used to say the team, ISO is like a Bible for the company. Like Bible or Bhagavad Gita is which is leading our life, how to run our life. Likewise, I would say ISO is the Bible for the company. It directs us how to run a company. Then I realized I need to implement ISO system into the company. In around 2019 and the first one and a half years time, I started implementing ISO slowly into the company. Later on, I started learning ISO by myself, because when consultants leave, ISO implementation started failing. Then I bought a book directly from ISO and I started learning myself, and later on, inch by inch, we started implementing ISO systems into the company. So that is what, because to avoid problems and to avoid fights and create happiness, ISO plays a vital role. I would say there are three core principles in the ISO. So that is what I am going to teach you right now. The first core principle in the ISO is called process-based approach. It's called process-based approach. So whatever we follow, we need to have a process attached with it. Let us take, right now the video might be seen by multiple departments, maybe from a sales department example. So sales department, they need to have a process. So how, let us take, there is a new inquiry comes in, how that inquiry has been handled from inquiry to order stage. There will be a lot of process, like inquiry will be forwarded to the entered in a CRM. Right now we have a CRM called Bitrix, and which has to be entered in a CRM, and that CRM has to be converted from to lead or deal, and other stages are there. So there is a process. So every, without knowing the process, if we started handling that lead, that won't be properly handled. Every lead, maybe if 100 inquiries are coming, we might be missing some inquiries and customers are getting dissatisfied. He is not responding. So that is what it is. First core principle called process based approach. It means there should be a process attached with it. So what I am going to tell you all the guys is, there is a process already in Magnic for everything. That you as a new joinee or the person who are seeing the video needs to understand that you need to find a process and you need to learn. So many people misunderstand the process. Many people think that without reading a process document they will go and ask some seniors or some sort of their colleagues what is happening, what I need to do with this lead. So everyone says in a different word. Someone says that you need to handle lead like this, someone say lead like that. So that leads to confusions. That should not be there. Instead there is a document in the our SharePoint directory. There is a document available for every department. Like sales means there is a document, service there is a document, manufacturing or quality or purchase or stores or accounts, you take any department, R&D or design, whatever sector you are having, everything has a documentation, process documentation in the SharePoint. So I want everyone to go and read the process very carefully. Process is like a flow chart. So step by step we will tell you like what needs to be done. Okay, if you don't find a process for something, you can tell the managers and they will create a process and give it to you. So that is the fundamental method of fundamental core principle what ISO is saying, process based approach. First principle in ISO. Second principle is called PDCA cycle. PDCA cycle. It means plan, do, check, act. So plan, do, check, act cycle. So it means, let us take, you know about process. So first fundamental training, you are going to start the training right now. So the training is you need to learn the processes in the department, whichever department you are enrolling. So after you learn the process, you need to do the work, you need to do the job, correct? So for doing the job, everyone has a target attached with it. Let us take sales people has a target. I need to sell 3 machines in this month, 4 machines in this month. Or manufacturing team might have a target that I need to complete 5 machine manufacturing in this month. I need to complete 1 machine every week. Some sort of target attached with it. So that is what called as plan. PDCA plan. So everyone has a plan attached with that. So in Tamil comedy, you know, like our Vadivel used to say that error pannalum plan panni pannanga. So likewise, so that is called plan. So second is called do. Whatever you plan, we have a plan making tools in our organization. Like sales has a plan, all the plans will be entered in Bittrex 24 CRM, and our production or R&D department or HR has a tool called ClickUp. In the upcoming videos I will tell about individually about all the softwares. I will explain you, but just remember these words. So ClickUp or Bittrex, you need to create a plan what you are going to do, and as per the plan you need to do whatever you are planning. You need to do what you plan what you do. So that is what I would say, like to say. So whatever you can do, plan it properly. Don't over plan, or don't say that so I'm going to do something like 100 things. Don't do like that. So plan very carefully. So and in plan and do, I would say, like to say another one important thing called smart planning. We used to call it smart goals or smart planning. Smart. Yeah, smart means specific. S means specific. M means measurable. A means achievable. R means realistic. T means time bound. So specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time bound. So that smart plans has to be there. Every plan what you are doing, it should be honor that smart. So in the video we will give you that smart definition in a described manner. So and when you make a smart plan and you do yourself, then work started simply, easily moving. And check and act. Check and act means, so there will be a daily review in the company or weekly review in the company. Your managers or myself will be coming and checking on how your works and plan versus doing is happening. So you need to submit your data clearly, then we can able to check. Checking in the sense, we are not going to be like a spying on you. Instead, we can understand like what is the lagging in your plan versus do. Like let us take your planning and you cannot able to do it. Why you cannot able to attend? Because of lack of training or lack of understanding or what needs to be improved. So that can be understood by your managers, and acting means to improve you. So how to improve yourself, or you can self read or advise and other things. So this PDCA cycle is a second core principle of ISO. So third thing is called the risk based thinking. Third principle is called risk based thinking. It means every work that you are doing, you need to have that risk based thinking. So let us take in a manufacturing, if a person is going to ship a machine, he should have a risk attached in their mind, like what if I didn't make a if I didn't put a small grease, or if I didn't properly tie the screw, there is a huge risk that in future the machine may get breakdown. So every component or every area in sales, he needs to have that risk based thinking. If I didn't properly mention the customer, or if I didn't email the customer about this, in later on customer may say that I don't get a proper information from the person. So likewise, there is a lot of risk attached in everything, every area, every department. So you should have that risk based thinking, what happens in the future, not only thinking in the present. You should think about the future also, future implications on what your current work is happening. So that is what the ISO is all about. Why need to be followed the system I mentioned in the first stage. Second, I mentioned about 3 core principles of ISO. First thing is like process based approach, PDCA cycle, risk based thinking. So I emphasize all the people that you are seeing in the video. So this is the core mantra what tell in the Bible of the company, ISO. So that I am seeing as one of the very fundamental core value. I personally, I believe, I didn't without experiencing it, I am not telling you. Last 4 years I turned the company into a professional manufacturing company, converting from a 3-4 member company to a 40 to 50 people working company. And right now I would say that here the best part of ISO is what helps ISO to the Magnic is like making a customer satisfaction alone is not the business. I used to say ISO helps us to have 100% customer satisfaction, 100% employee satisfaction, 100% supplier satisfaction, 100% management satisfaction, stakeholder satisfaction, government satisfaction, who are attached with company, third parties who are attached with company. All the people will get satisfied if you follow ISO. So that is what, like, if customer only satisfied, people are not happy, then it is useless to run a business. If people is happy, customer is not happy, then it is also useless. So everyone around the business has to be happy. So that is what ISO helps us to achieve. And in the last 4 years, we start me and practically we implemented and seen a lot of stories. Right now, I would say that I can, anyone cannot say 100%, but I would say like around 99% employee, customer, supplier, management and governments are happy with Magnic Technologies because of ISO. So I would recommend everyone seeing this video to find the documents. Don't say that others are not giving. Please go and hunt, self-learn. What is the process? What is the PDCA cycle I want to implement? And risk-based thinking, how to attach with that. So please study, self-study by yourself, and find the documents related to your department in the Magnic Technologies SharePoint website, and proceed again. So once again, thank you very much for joining with me for a very important session in your training. So see you on the next video. Thank you.